Okay,
So.
well, we'll call the meeting to order. First thing is to adopt the agenda.
Then I think we need to adjust and eliminate number 3 then, right?
Yeah, we'll have to remove number 3 because Stacy had to do the oath of office.
And on number 4, I don't want to have to fight Ken to be the chair. So you can make me a co-chair on that. I'll let Ken have that honor.
And then I think since we're talking, do we want to adjust the notes now or do we want to wait until we adopt the agenda?
Yeah, we
Have to
can
adopt the agenda
adjust.
first.
Yep, let's adopt the agenda and then we can approve the minutes after that.
Great.
Okay, then I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, a roll call.
Denise, did you have something?
I do. On number 7, whatever page this is, page 2 of 4, it's highlighted, says Lashinsky stated she knew blank was popular.
Oh, hang on a second. Let's do the agenda first. We'll have to do the roll call vote and then we can do the minutes after that.
Right.
So we got a motion and second to adopt the agenda. Denise, we gotta do roll call vote. Denise, what do you say?
I'm here.
Bill?
I approve.
Tim?
Aye.
Bonnie?
Aye.
And Ken?
Aye.
Okay, we can go down to number 4 then.
Okay, move on to approve the minutes. Did you have?
I had a couple changes. On number 7, down towards the bottom it says Lashinsky stated she knew blank was popular.
Yep, I couldn't remember what it was.
It was swings.
Okay.
I believe that's what we were talking about, Bonnie, right?
I think so. I do believe so.
That rings a bell.
Agreed, whatever it was.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then on action 8, it says Lashinsky asked if they would receive park dedication fees on each phase or the whole development. I don't think that was me.
So you're on item 8, which paragraph?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6.
Does anybody else have a recollection on that? There was a few spots in the audio that was hard to hear, I think. Without the video to correspond with it, they had a hard time hearing who was making the motion.
Then I would just make it generic.
Yeah.
Commissioner.
I can do that. I'll make it just a generic. Question was asked. Okay, those 2 changes are noted. Any other changes?
Yeah, on section 4, just make the second portion there should say co-chair. I don't want to step on Ken's toes.
Oh, gotcha. Yep. Okay.
You could have it, Bill.
So with those changes, I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from March 9th.
I'll second it, Bonnie.
Motion's been made and second to approve the minutes. Any discussion? If not, Nate?
Commissioner Denise,
Aye.
Commissioner Bill,
Aye.
Commissioner Tim,
Aye.
Commissioner Bonnie,
Aye.
and Commissioner Ken.
Aye. The motion's been approved. Okay, we'll move on to item number 5, park financial information.
For the capital improvement plan, or capital plans, nothing has changed since our last meeting on those, so nothing to report there. And not a lot has happened in our park operations budget. If there's any questions in there, I can address those specifically, but should be pretty similar to what we had last month. We're kind of getting into the period now where we're gonna start spending money on a lot of these operational items.
What was that, Nate?
Just wondering if there's any questions on the operational budget.
Move to approve the parks financials.
Second.
Motion's made and second to approve the Parks financial. Any discussion? If not, Nate, roll call.
Commissioner Denise,
Aye.
Commissioner Bill,
Aye.
Commissioner Tim,
Aye.
Commissioner Bonnie,
Aye.
and Commissioner Ken.
Aye. Motion has been passed, and we'll move on to item number 6, Booster West Playground Design.
Item number 6, consider recommending a replacement playground design for Booster West to City Council. The 2021 Park Capital Improvement Plan budgeted $125,000 for the replacement of the playground structure in Booster West Park. The existing play structure has numerous damaged pieces and has reached the end of its useful and safe lifetime. Staff has requested quotes based on competitively bid pricing that included replacing the main play structure and swing set. Alternate designs were requested with a smaller main play structure and the addition of a rope-style climbing structure. Attached are 4 designs submitted for review. Minor changes can be made to the designs and any color palette can be used on any of the designs. Public Works staff will handle the removal of existing structure and installing the new structures with a supervisor from the playground companies. Public Works staff will also handle the edging and safety surface installation. So we've got 4 designs here. Hopefully you guys had a chance to take a look at them. 2 of them are kind of more of the main play structure design. There's 2 different companies here. One is Landscape Structures and the other one is Game Time. We've used Game Time a lot in the past with our designs. Landscape Structures is made in Delano, Minnesota, so they're a Minnesota company. They're all pretty close in budget. We had a little trouble getting the Game Time designs in on time. They added 1 item on there that will be removed on their pricing. They included the playground safety mulch in their cost. I think it was around $7,000, so that would come off of that pricing on there.
Can I add a little bit of input?
Absolutely.
And just because I worked for Linwood Elementary School and I deal with kids and playgrounds and all that, I really, really, really like the design option 2. There's so much diversity on the different activities that the kids could use, including the 2 play structures that are handicap friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one I like is option 3. It also gives quite a bit of diversity. The other 2, the reason I don't like them as much is because that long chute that they can just slide on, the kids really don't, they don't like it as much. But that's just from what I see on our own playgrounds.
Do they have one of those? They have one of those there at Linwood?
Yep.
The zip line rider type style?
Yeah, and it's not a real popular. The kids really like climbing. Is their big thing, climbing and obstacles. And with the option 2, I see there's so much climbing and obstacles and hanging. And again, with the handicap accessible play structures, that one really catches my eye.
Nate, this is Denise. Is this like a package, or can we make changes if we see things we like on other
Yeah,
plans?
absolutely.
Because I was looking at number 3 and I'm like, that one has too much plastic. We know that in the other parks, the plastic has been destroyed multiple times. But there were some things that I kind of liked on a couple different other plans. But if these are different companies too.
Yep.
Yeah, because I like that one structure on option 4 for the game time. The structure in the upper right-hand corner.
I don't know, I kind of liked option number 2 too. I thought that looked more like what the
Yeah,
kids would like.
I looked at that one, but I'm not a big fan of that, whatever that is, a rocket ship or whatever that climbing tower is.
The rope tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it would last very long, or we'd have a bunch of broken limbs.
They supposedly last pretty well. We've got a lot of requests for a rope climber. We've kind of been asking from kids to do it. I almost feel like we should have kids voting on this to see which one they would actually play
Well,
on.
we did that one year. We had some kids come in.
Do you want me to bring these 4 designs to work tomorrow and
Yeah, see which one they like.
have
You guys,
them vote?
There's a lot of people talking right now.
I spend a lot of time at schools too, you guys, and option 2 is where I was going actually because of the climbing structure. The kids love the rope climbers.
I do like
personally
the,
kind of like option 2 too.
What's that blue structure on option 2? And the kind of the lower.
the handy-capable.
It's hard to see on the plan. Let me see if I can share my screen here with you, and give me 1 second here. This might be interesting.
Yeah, some of it's a little hard to discern what it really is.
Yeah, when we shrink the PDF down, it turns into
At first, I thought it was a sandbox.
okay, let's see here.
Could have been.
So wait, that was on option 2.
Option
Yep.
2, yeah.
Are you seeing my screen now?
Yep.
Yeah, I just wish we could read the writing.
Yep, hang on a second, I can zoom her in now.
Aha.
The OmniSpin offers children of all abilities valuable vestibular sensory stimulation, encourages interactive play. So it's it's basically a merry-go-round that's handicap accessible. You kind of sit back in it like a recliner position.
Looks like a pool. Is that gonna fill with water?
There
Not
must be some
sure.
kind of drainage.
I'm
there.
guessing they have, yeah, some kind of drainage in there.
Okay.
This other one is handicap accessible. It's kind of like a teeter-totter.
Yeah, I've seen those before. The blue one I hadn't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either in person.
that a tire swing next to the swing set?
That is a, let me pull that one up. Oops. I
It's
think
elusive,
that's,
right there.
yeah, I think it's described down here more. The Oodle swing is one of our most popular swings. It fits multiple kids or is a relaxing place for one kid to sway by themselves. So it's kind of like a, yeah, like a fancier tire swing, I guess.
Oh yeah, Wyoming Elementary has one of those. My daughter loved playing on it.
That one swing, Nate, that we've got on the beach here, the double one where you can have a kid and an adult or
Yes.
a bigger person,
Yep.
that one's very popular.
We have one of those out there, and we included a space in all the swing set designs to keep that and put that on the new pole. So we do have one of those available. Yeah, everybody seems to
Yeah,
really like
but-
that.
Are you
Yeah,
saying, Nate,
it's very popular.
Nate, are you saying you got one that you could integrate into this option?
Yeah, we're gonna. It'll fit on any of them. We're gonna. Let me see here.
Okay.
This is the open space here for the existing one that we have out there.
I see.
Then they have a
I see.
toddler. So each one of these bays is supposed to stay like the same age group. So these are both saddle style swings for older kids, and then this first bay would be for toddlers. So there's a toddler swing and then a parent-child swing.
Okay.
If we went with this option, would we be able to add one of those air fly or spinny things that the kids like to spin on at the parks?
Probably not on our budget we have now, but we could always add that in the future. Booster West is
Okay.
designed, we could expand out to the south of the playground at any time. Very simple to do. Very simple to do. Real
'Cause it
quick, I
looks
wanted
like
to
there's a
show
lot
you.
of climbing, but
I wanted to
not a lot
show
of
you a
spinning.
couple other ones from. We couldn't get into the packet. So this is option. This is option 4, I believe. No, this is option 3. Just some additional pictures. This smaller structure is a 2 to 5-year-old structure, and the larger one is a 5 to 12. This is this kid's structure here for the 2 to 5-year-olds. So this one kind of makes a square. And then I've got some for option 3 as well here. Let me pull those up.
I thought that was option 3.
yeah.
Is that 3? Okay, this is option 4 then.
Messing with our heads, Nate. This is the one where I really like that deal that's up in the upper right corner there.
Yeah, there's some better pictures, I think, in here of it.
I'm kind of with Tim. I like that. That's rope structure.
Is that a tunnel in the middle?
Yeah, it's got a lot of different climb through things. Then the children's structure there, 2 to 5. This is that zip line piece that you were talking about earlier.
That's on landscape structures, option 1.
It's on the fourth one too, just off to the left, it's off the page.
Oh, did I miss that?
And this is the other company's version of that teeter-totter, handicap accessible teeter-totter. And we can get them in any color palette. Are we thinking we'll keep it with the same kind of colors that we've used in our other playgrounds, the brown, green, beige?
I think we decided that it worked better, so they didn't fade quite as much.
Well, maintain some consistency across them too.
And this one is option 1. So they have a different version of that zipline piece. Kind of a stand-up spinner. This one has a rope climber tunnel thing attached to it. They added a shade structure to this one that kind of covers the center portion of the playground.
What is that made out of? Is that plastic?
They're usually made out of like a fabric type material.
So we'd have to replace that every couple years?
I'm not sure what the lifetime is on them. I've put up a few of them in Ham Lake. We would take them down in the wintertime, but this one would probably have to stay up.
I don't know, the kids will tear that one down for you.
I was just thinking,
Yeah.
that'd be great to climb on and then use it.
So those are our 4 options. We can make changes. There's a little bit of a lag time on some of this stuff, so I don't want to push it out too far. If we had to go another month, if we wanted to see some changes, I could do that. That would put us into May. The game time sounded like some of their stuff could be out 12 weeks, and the landscape structures said they were about 2 weeks out on their products.
That's pretty good actually right now.
Yeah, a lot of companies are having a hard time with steel and other raw materials.
Yep.
Nate, did you say Landscape is a company that you haven't used much in the past?
We haven't, no. They're all over. I mean, both these companies are all over the Twin Cities. So I don't think either one of them is going to be a bad choice. I have their,
No.
this is their website. You can go on there and look at, it's Flagship Recreation. These are all designs that they've done around the Twin Cities here.
I'm kind of liking option 2, but I'm kind of with Tim, on option 4, I like that big structure. I just don't like the other stuff as much with it. I like the variety of option 2.
Yeah, I think if we had to choose between all of them, option 2 would probably be.
Just a question. On option 1, it has the climb through the arch with looks like tires through the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Could that replace the, swap that out on option 1 for the teepee type looking one?
I'm guessing it's more expensive, but I could price it out.
Okay. I was just asking because at the kid perspective, the arch one looks a little more enticing than the TP one.
In the tower.
But I still really like the option 2, all the things that the kids can play on.
So Tim, on option 4, that kind of fancy net climber,
Yep.
that is called the GT Wave. That's $57,000 for that piece.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Just a
Wow.
big piece.
Just to give you kind of a idea of what each piece is. The kids structure for the ages 2 to 5 is about 18. This is before the discounts, I believe. Or is that with the discount? I guess that's with the discount, with our government pricing.
Yeah, that one's kind of it's a really big piece, but it's kind of a centerpiece for,
I was gonna say, is this built to scale for Booster, or is this just their regular off their catalog?
It's built to scale for Booster. On the second page, there's kind of an overhead look to it. That's the design, design view, or the plan view, I mean. Each one of them has that with it. It kind of gives you an idea of what they would be in the existing footprint of Booster West.
So I was gonna say, there's a lot of open space, so that's good.
We're gonna try and keep out in Booster West. There's a piece we added a couple years ago. It's a stand-up spinner piece. We're gonna keep that out there as well. We'll find a place for that somehow.
I don't know about you guys, but I think, for me, I've narrowed it down to option 2 and option 4.
I like 2 myself.
Option 2 seems a little more versatile.
I'm kind of with Tim on both of those two. The thing that, but I think 2 stands out a little bit more because of it has more stuff. Like the option 4 has just that big rope structure and then a small playground. So,
Yeah, that big rope structure takes up a lot.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
and is that
so
smaller unit there, is that the same as in Booster East or close to it?
Which,
No.
you know,
The smaller units, it's for younger kids, from like
Right.
2 to 5. It's closer to the ground. The slides are only, I think, maybe 3 feet tall.
But isn't that sort of what we have in Booster East right now?
No, that one has
Smaller?
some like 6 foot. It's smaller overall size, but it's ages 5 to 12 in Booster East.
Okay. Yeah, we did make it older. Okay.
The footprint's probably pretty close to the same size, but it's everything just a little bit higher up in the air, I guess.
so what do you
I'll
think?
make a motion that we go with option 2.
I'll second that.
I'll second it.
What was that, Bill?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was Bill.
Bill made the motion, and I think Tim and Bonnie both seconded it at the same time.
Okay, motion's been made and second, and that's for option 2 then, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, any discussion? If not, we'll have roll call.
Commissioner Denise,
Aye.
Commissioner Bill,
Aye.
Commissioner Tim,
Aye.
Commissioner Bonnie,
Aye.
and Commissioner Ken.
Aye. The motion passes. Okay, then we'll move on to item number 7, capital improvement planning.
Item 7, continue discussion and development of the 5-year capital improvement plan and recommend to City Council. The Park Commission prepares a capital improvement plan annually, which updates projected projects, evaluates priorities, and establishes funding for these works for the coming year and for each of the subsequent years for a 5-year period. The plan is presented to City Council for their approval and used for preparing the coming year's budget. Attached to the 2021 to 2025 Parks Capital Improvement Plan. We will discuss those projects that are listed for 2022 and determine if future projects need to stay in their current funding year or be rearranged to reflect any changes in our park priorities. Other projects can be added and existing ones can be deleted if there's a need for restructuring the schedule. Also attached is a draft 2022 to 2026 Park CIP created from Park Commission comments at the March 9th, 2021 meeting. Changes can be made to the draft CIP and a final plan recommended to the City Council. So I think if we kind of focus on the draft one, the 2022 to 2026, those starting numbers are what we've determined are going to be pretty close after we take care of our projects that we have planned for this year, is after the Booster West Playground and the trails at Booster West, along with the money we're still waiting for from the Cambia Hills Park dedication fee. So for 2022, we have Bondi Park playground replacement, and we added the tennis court resurfacing at Whispering Aspen that we talked about at the last meeting. That's in the Park Capital Fund. In the Park Acquisition and Development Fund, we have a trail segment at John Anderson, which is kind of continuing the paved trails around there and possibly connecting it up to the neighborhood as well.
Anybody have any comments on that?
Pretty quiet.
Well,
Looks good to me, you guys. Captures everything we talked about last month.
let me
I
show you.
agree.
This is what the plan was for, oops, where'd they go? This is the John Anderson Trail plan for next year. So the two big items that the council will approve when they approve the budget are what we have in 2022. So that would be the Bondi Park replacement and I think we talked about the Whispering Aspen tennis court, and then this is the John Anderson Trail segment.
And that's gonna be a paved trail, Nate,
Yes,
you said?
yep.
And then the rectangle at the top is like a, what's that?
We looked at, that was an idea of possibly doing a parking lot and like a, some kind of like a picnic shelter or something back in there. But these dotted lines are the trails, so in there right now, we do have some paved trails, but they don't really link up to anything.
I see, it's the dotted lines are the trails.
Yes, correct, yep. I think the parking lot and pavilion would be something down the road a ways yet.
Okay, I was confused on that.
And then there is a potential for a trail segment that would connect out to the west here to 225th. We do have that easement through there. Would be again talking with the neighborhood if they wanted going through there, and the Park Commission, City Council wanted. So those are the big ones for
That's property
2022.
that we own.
Isn't there a park back in there too?
Off of where this connects.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets you out to Jackson Street and down Jackson Street a little ways is Bondi Park.
I thought there was another little postage stamp park back in there somewhere.
If you look at on your third attachment there, it's kind of hard to see. Up in the top left corner there, you can kind of see where Cooper Lake is and John Anderson. Bondi is just to the west and south of there. And actually that Bethel, that there's two white open squares past Bondi Park. That's the Bethel park trails that we looked at. So eventually there is a potential that could connect to that. And then we do have another 40-acre parcel back there called Eagle Ridge Park, which is just a natural area.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
Well, I think when we worked on trails before, we were looking at the John Anderson Bondi Park Trail so that kids could bike back and forth.
Yep.
Or if anybody wanted to go for a bike ride, that would be another trail that we could use. I think that was discussed a few years back.
Yeah, it would be a pretty easy connection. We have to cross a little creek here where Cooper Lake drains into this pond down here.
Well, it could be like an Ironman trail. You could swim, you could bike, you could run.
Does anybody want to do anything on any of this?
I can just go through the other ones real quick. 2023, we got the Booster West ball field lights. That's a pretty expensive one. On the Park Acquisition and Development Fund, a lot of that is just estimating. We have no idea what we're going to see for development. We put a best guess in there, and if it shows up, great. If not, we usually end up just pushing it down a year. But I think with the Elevage development and some other discussions with the city, we will start to see some development and some money coming into that fund. Down in 2024, we have a shade structure for Booster West that's been requested quite a few times, especially from weekend tournament groups for a large area
It is
of
hot.
shade to get out of the sun on those hot summer days. And 2025 and 2026 are kind of open, generic. I don't really have a solid placeholder for those if anybody has any suggestions. We had talked about maybe leaving that open in case we do see some development down in that city utility area that needs a park and equipment or.
Right.
And the same thing with the park capital fund. So that's funded from our general fund transfer, and we have playground equipment, playground replacement in 2023. Coon Lake Beach playground equipment replacement and skate park in 2024, and then 2 open years for 25 and 26.
Are the only 2 skateboard parks that we have are at Coon Lake Beach and then at Booster?
Yes,
Because we got rid of the one by Hidden Haven, right?
correct. Yep.
That one over Coon Lake.
Right.
I think there's some projects that we've got that are coming up that we need to come up with, but for the next 2022 and 2023, at least it looks pretty good.
Well, until the new development over by Viking Meadow is finalized, we don't know if they're putting in a park or not. So that might change our mind on where we put our next park.
Yes. Yep.
Or funds.
Right.
Or we build up the balance and, continue on with the Baton Street Trail or some of these other trails that we've been trying to get done for a while.
I do get a lot of feedback on trails. They really want them.
Yeah, God help us if we ever commit convince us to get a trail section done.
We will have
Exactly.
we will have some trails going in with our new service road project that will connect some of the commercial areas in there with some future residential areas. The whole road does not have a trail on it like it originally had. It was just way too expensive of the whole project, so we've been trying to save some money on the whole thing, but there is still a pretty good chunk of trails that'll be in that portion of it. And the developer has a lot of trails planned for within the development itself, so.
Is there any way we can do something so people can use biking? I mean, they're looking at County Road 22 as a main bike path somehow.
As a off-shoulder,
Well, they want to use biking as a trail to get to other places, but because of traffic, it's too dangerous.
as of right now, there's no plans for it. The main bike trail we have planned in the city is through Anoka County, and that's that one that runs across
When they get to
221st.
it.
But that'll be quite a while, I would assume.
I live right on Viking Boulevard, County Road 22, and traffic is horrible. They use the shoulder for passing and everything else under the sun. Even for me to go out and get my mail, sometimes I gotta watch so I don't get hit. It's just too busy of a road to have any sort of trail, in my opinion.
Well, it would have to be separated from the traffic.
Oh, most definitely.
Yep.
People are nuts these days.
And most of those have to come from Anoka County Highway Department and usually involve some type of state funding as well.
We may never live long enough to see that happen.
Come on, Tim.
They were supposed to make Viking Boulevard a 4-lane highway, so.
It could happen. When my parents moved on Foley Boulevard, it was a dirt road, so.
Yeah.
So was
You guys,
when I moved here.
I kind of like having the open slots as long as they're 3 or 4 years out too, to give us some of that flexibility.
I agree.
With the development, there's a lot of more unknowns than we've had in the past, so yeah, I think it's a good idea too.
Yeah, we're actually getting some development. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
In the plan,
All
I
right, what do
see
you
there's
need
a
from us, Nate?
one edit here on the park capital fund. It's assuming the getting the general fund transfer back up to where it was back in 2011, do $100,000. I see down in 2026, I gotta adjust that. That was a cut and paste error. That should be 100,000 for that year too.
So now we got to pick on you about your computer skills too?
So assuming we get that 2026 adjustment updated, I'll make a motion to approve the park capital fund.
I'll second the motion.
What was the motion again?
The motion is to approve the park capital fund with the change of the 2026 transfer of $100,000.
Okay, motion's been made and second. Any discussion? Not, we'll have roll call.
Commissioner Denise,
Aye.
Commissioner Bill,
Aye.
Commissioner Tim,
Aye.
Commissioner Bonnie,
Aye.
and Commissioner Ken.
Aye. And motion passed. Okay, then we'll move on to item number 8. Shelley?
First of all, I just want to thank you guys for being so nice. It's been a pleasure meeting with you guys, and I look forward to your meetings with you. The only thing I have is we have been discussing about going back to in-person meetings back at City Hall. There's a lot of yays and nays, and we were kind of looking for direction from the different committees to see what you guys are thinking about going back to in-person. I know that, I mean, if it can be totally not anonymous, so, you know, nobody knows what everyone's thinking. But if Nate, you could send me an email or something and let me know what the general consensus is on what you guys think about going back to in-person.
Yep.
I can bring that back to council and let them know.
Yep, I heard from just about everybody, so yep, I can get you kind of a rough count on where we're looking at. No problem.
Oh, perfect. Perfect, yeah, because they just, if one of us goes back, all of us go back, so that's why we're trying to see where everybody's at. Other than that, that's all I've got.
Okay, thank you, Shelley. Nate?
Not a whole lot to report. We're just gearing up for all the baseball seasons to start here this week. The rentals started. Ball fields are open. We're ahead of schedule with the nice weather up until today, I guess. The snow didn't help it.
I know there was a game last week. There were some kids playing.
Yeah.
Should they not?
Yep, we've had a few rentals out there. Had a little bit of vandalism in Booster East Park over the weekend. Someone removed all the bases and garbage cans and had them stuffed up in the trees and stuff around the park. We were able to find most of it. And they had some vandalism to our shed in Booster West. They pulled the shingles off of the shed. We're gonna re-shingle that and get that repainted here in the next couple weeks, hopefully. Other than that, not a lot for parks to report. We're gonna have a end of the month recycle day is happening rather than doing the annual recycle day. So the last Saturday of every month, there's a recycle from 9 to noon at the East Bethel Recycle Center. All that information is online. We are not having a Arbor Day celebration this year because of the pandemic, but other than that, that's about all I have.
Okay, thank you, Nate. Anybody else have anything? Not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second.
Second.
Oh, I beat you.
It's not a race, Denise.
Okay, motion's been made and second to adjourn. Need discussion? Not? Nate, the roll call?
Commissioner Denise,
Aye.
Commissioner Bill,
Aye.
Commissioner Bonnie,
Aye.
Commissioner Tim,
Aye.
and Commissioner Ken.
Aye. Thanks, everybody, for help. Appreciate it.
Have a great night,
Thanks, Ken, for
everyone.
leading.
You guys have a good one.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.